Ever, like, opened up your laptop to cool it down? Or,
Mm-hmm.
like, wondered what keeps your fridge humming?
Right.
So it turns out those are just, like, glimpses into this whole world of heat exchangers,
Yeah.
which are everywhere, and they're, like, silently orchestrating temperature in
Yeah.
ways that we rarely even, like, stop to think about.
Right.
So today we're doing a deep dive into how these, like, unsung heroes actually work.
Yeah.
And don't worry, you don't need, like, an engineering degree or anything.
No.
We're taking excerpts from an industrial pharmacy course, which sounds kind of niche. But trust me, it's all about the fundamentals.
Yeah.
It's like getting a backstage pass
Yeah.
to, like, understand the core principles
Right.
behind these everyday marvels.
I think what's so cool about this deep dive is that, like, it reveals this elegant dance of heat transfer that's happening all around us.
Yep.
And we're about to unlock the secrets of how engineers have, like, harnessed these principles
Right.
to create the technologies that we rely on, like, every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So to start, like, what exactly is a heat exchanger?
Yeah.
Imagine, like, two fluids, each at different temperatures.
Right.
Doing a little tango, but never actually touching.
Yeah.
That's essentially what's happening inside a heat exchanger.
Exactly.
Okay.
They're designed to transfer heat efficiently
Right.
without letting the fluids actually mix.
Okay.
Think of it like this. You're trying to cool down like a steaming cup of coffee, right?
Okay.
You could pour it into a separate cup to cool faster.
Right.
That's the basic principle behind a heat exchanger.
Okay.
Using a surface to transfer heat without directly mixing.
The substances.
Okay, that's a much tastier way to explain it.
There you go.
So no mixing, just a thermal meet and greet.
Exactly.
But how do they actually achieve this heat exchange magic?
Well, the course delves into different designs.
Okay.
Each with its own quirks.
Okay.
Now, I know the names sound a bit technical.
Yeah.
Single-pass tubular heat exchanger,
Mm-hmm.
fixed head heat exchanger, and even something called a floating head heat exchanger.
Right.
But don't let the jargon scare you.
Yeah. It's like learning a secret language.
Exactly.
But seriously,
Yeah.
can we break these designs down without getting too lost in the technical weeds?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Imagine a bundle of tubes nestled inside a larger container.
Oh.
That's the basic setup.
In a single-pass design, one fluid flows through the tubes while the other flows around them in the opposite direction.
Okay.
It's like a high five, quick and efficient, perfect for simple heating jobs.
So it's like a one-and-done kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing things get a bit more complex.
They do.
In there.
You got it.
Okay.
Sometimes we need more than just a quick hello
Right.
between the fluids.
Okay.
That's where multi-pass designs come in.
Okay.
Instead of one straight shot through the tubes,
Right.
the fluid might loop back and forth several times.
Okay, so I'm already sensing a but coming.
Yeah.
More contact, more heat transfer sounds great.
Right.
What's the catch?
Well, think about cleaning those winding tubes.
Oh, yeah.
It gets a bit tricky. That's why those floating head designs come in handy.
Okay.
They allow for easier access for maintenance. It's all about striking that balance between efficiency and practicality.
So it's like choosing between a studio apartment and a sprawling mansion.
Exactly.
Both have their pros and cons,
Right.
depending on your needs.
Exactly.
But how do engineers actually make these heat exchangers more efficient?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just about the design?
Yeah.
Or are there other tricks up their sleeves, like souping up a car?
Right.
You've got the basic engine, but then you add turbochargers,
Mm-hmm.
and you fine-tune everything for maximum performance.
Right.
What are the engineering secrets behind boosting heat exchanger efficiency?
You're spot on with that analogy.
Okay.
And just like a car's performance depends on factors like aerodynamics and engine power,
Right.
heat exchangers rely on a few key players.
Okay.
One of the biggest ones is something called thermal conductivity.
Okay. I'm breaking it down.
Yeah.
Thermal, heat,
Yeah.
conductivity, how well something conducts.
Right.
So are we talking about materials that are really good at transferring heat?
Exactly. Think about cooking on a stovetop.
Okay.
A cast iron pan will hold its heat for ages,
Right.
while a thin aluminum one heats up quickly.
Yeah.
That's thermal conductivity in action. Choosing the right materials
Okay.
for the tubes and surfaces inside a heat exchanger is crucial
Right.
for how efficiently heat can flow between those tangoing fluids.
So it's like finding the express lane for heat transfer.
Exactly.
Are there any other efficiency hacks that these engineers have figured out?
Oh, absolutely. Another big one is surface area. Remember those tubes inside the heat exchanger?
Yeah.
The more surface area those tubes have, the
Right.
more opportunity there is for heat to transfer.
Makes sense.
Yep.
More surface area, more contact, more heat exchange.
Right.
It's like trying to dry a puddle of water.
Exactly.
Spread it out thin, and it
Yeah.
evaporates much faster.
You got it. And here's where it gets really cool.
Okay.
Engineers have come up with some ingenious ways
Okay.
to increase surface area without making the heat exchangers themselves gigantic.
Okay.
One trick is using fins or baffles.
Fins, like on a fish?
Yeah,
Are we talking about heat exchangers that look like they belong in the ocean?
not quite.
Okay.
Imagine like little ridges or plates
Okay.
attached to the tubes inside the heat exchanger.
Okay.
Those are the fins. They might seem small, but they dramatically increase the surface area
Right.
exposed to the flowing fluids.
Okay.
It's like adding extra lanes to that heat transfer highway.
Okay. I'm picturing these tiny fins all lined up and ready to soak up that heat.
Right.
And what about baffles?
Yeah.
It sound a bit more disruptive.
And disrupt they do,
Yeah.
but in a good way.
Right.
Baffles are strategically placed plates or obstacles
Okay.
within the heat exchanger.
Okay.
They're not there to stop the flow,
Right.
but to redirect it, creating turbulence.
Turbulence, like when a plane hits a rough patch of air.
Exactly.
Doesn't sound very efficient.
That's a great question.
Okay.
It might seem counterintuitive,
Right.
but turbulence actually enhances heat transfer.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about stirring your coffee. That swirling motion helps distribute the heat evenly
Right.
and cools it down faster.
So we're basically creating mini whirlpools inside the heat exchanger
Exactly.
to get things moving.
That turbulent flow ensures the fluids are constantly mixing
Okay.
and coming into contact with the heated or cooled surfaces, maximizing heat transfer.
Wow. Who knew that a little bit of chaos could be so beneficial?
It's true.
So we've got materials, surface area, and now this brilliant use of turbulence.
Right.
Are there any other optimization tricks?
Well, another important factor is the velocity of the fluids.
Okay.
Just like wind carries away heat from your skin.
Right.
Faster moving fluids within a heat exchanger can lead to more efficient heat transfer.
So it's all about finding that sweet spot where
Yeah.
the fluids are moving fast enough to promote heat exchange, but not so fast that it creates unnecessary pressure or energy loss.
Exactly.
It's a delicate dance, isn't it?
It absolutely is.
Wow.
Designing and optimizing heat exchangers is a balancing act,
Yeah.
considering all these factors and more,
Yeah.
to achieve the desired performance for a specific application.
Right.
And speaking of applications...
Yeah, this whole conversation has me thinking,
Yeah.
where else do we encounter these heat exchange wizards in our everyday lives?
Right.
We've touched on refrigerators and cars,
Yeah.
but I have a feeling they're lurking in a lot of unexpected places. It's like they're hiding in plain sight.
Right.
We've been talking about these amazing heat exchangers,
Yeah.
but besides the fridge and the car engine,
Right.
where else are they?
Oh, they're everywhere.
Okay.
Ever used a gas heater to warm up your house?
Yeah.
Heat exchanger.
Okay.
That air conditioner keeping you cool in the summer.
Mm.
Heat exchanger.
Right.
Even that steaming mug of instant coffee you mentioned earlier
Right.
relies on a heat exchanger to heat the water.
Wow. I never realized they were so ubiquitous.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
I'm starting to see heat exchangers everywhere I look now.
Right.
It's like I've unlocked a secret level of understanding
Yeah.
about how the world works.
That's the beauty of diving into these seemingly niche topics.
Yeah.
It opens up a whole new perspective on the everyday.
Right.
And it's not just about understanding the present either.
Right.
Heat exchangers are also playing a crucial role in shaping the future,
Okay. How so?
especially in fields like renewable energy
Okay.
and space exploration.
Now that you mention it, I've heard about heat exchangers being used in solar water heaters
Right.
and geothermal systems.
Mhm.
Is that what you're talking about?
Absolutely. As we move towards more sustainable energy sources,
Right.
heat exchangers are becoming increasingly important
Okay.
for transferring heat efficiently in these systems.
Okay.
For example, in a solar water heater,
Mm-hmm.
a heat exchanger transfers heat from the sun-warmed fluid
Right.
to your household water supply,
Okay.
providing hot water without burning fossil fuels.
That's incredible.
It is really cool.
So we're not just talking about making existing technologies more efficient,
Yeah.
but also enabling entirely new ways
Yeah.
of harnessing and using energy.
Exactly.
What about space exploration?
Yeah.
How do heat exchangers fit into that final frontier?
In space, Thermal management is absolutely critical.
Right.
Spacecraft experience extreme temperature variations,
Yep.
from the scorching heat of direct sunlight
Right.
to the frigid cold of deep space.
Yeah, that's a big temperature difference.
It is.
Okay.
Heat exchangers are used to regulate the temperature of everything,
Wow.
from sensitive electronics
What? Yeah.
to the astronauts' living quarters,
Right.
ensuring that everything functions properly in this harsh environment.
Wow, that's wild.
It is.
It's mind-blowing to think about these little marvels of engineering
Yeah.
operating in the vacuum of space,
Right.
keeping astronauts safe and equipment running smoothly,
Right.
millions of miles from Earth.
Yeah.
It makes you appreciate the ingenuity and problem-solving skills
Absolutely.
of the people who design these systems.
Couldn't agree more. And the most exciting part is that we're only just scratching the surface of
Right.
what's possible with heat exchanger technology.
Yeah.
As we develop new materials and manufacturing techniques,
Right.
we can create even more efficient, compact, and durable heat exchangers
Right.
that can push the boundaries of what's possible in various fields.
It's like opening a door to a whole new world of possibilities.
It really is, yeah.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the fascinating world of heat exchangers,
Yeah.
what are some key takeaways you want our listeners to remember?
First and foremost, remember that heat exchangers are all about transferring heat efficiently
Right.
without mixing fluids.
Right.
And they play a vital role in countless applications we encounter every day.
Yeah.
We've learned about the different types of designs, the factors that influence their efficiency,
Right.
and how engineers manipulate those factors to optimize performance.
Absolutely.
But most importantly, I hope this deep dive has sparked a sense of curiosity and wonder
Yeah.
about the often overlooked technologies that shape our world.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
It's been an incredible journey exploring the elegant dance of heat transfer.
Yeah, it has.
And I encourage everyone listening to keep their eyes peeled
Mm-hmm.
for heat exchangers in their everyday lives.
Absolutely.
You'll be amazed by how many you find
Totally.
once you start looking.
It's true.
So here's a final thought for you to ponder as you go about your day.
Okay.
As technology continues to advance at an unprecedented pace,
Right.
how might we harness the power of heat exchange
Yeah.
to address some of the world's most pressing challenges?
That's a great question.
From climate change
Right.
to resource scarcity,
Ah,
the possibilities are truly limitless.
totally.
And it all starts with understanding the fundamental principles
Exactly.
we've explored today.
Absolutely.
Until next time,
Yeah.
keep those brains buzzing
Right.
and never stop exploring the wonders
Mm.
of our amazing world.
See you next time.